So I'm going to talk about a retrieval augmented generation tool that you can use, you can make yourself, and it's completely free. You can run it locally, and that is pretty wonderful. So there's a few things you're going to need. When we built this, we used Ollama. So Ollama is a great open source software. It's a tool that lets you run LLMs on your own computer, and it's great for many reasons. The one that you're going to care about most is that it's open source and free to use. And as Iona pointed out a few minutes ago, who owns your data? In this case, you do. You're keeping everything local. You're not uploading anything anywhere. Everything stays on your computer. So the isolated environment that Llama creates, prevents any conflicts with other software, and it already includes all the necessary components for deploying AI models. It's pretty simple. You install Ollama, and then you pull the models from their library. So the ones that I've been using for this were Llama 3.1, which is the model from Meta, available in 870 or 405 billion parameter sizes, and the mixed bred embed and large, which is the embedding model. And basically, you can get those right from Ollama itself. It's pretty easy to set up, so go check that out. Now, once you have that set up and you can run those LLMs locally, you need to find a way to actually build your RAG and then interface with it. So embed.js, it's on GitHub there, an open source framework for personalizing LLM responses in Node. So if you program JavaScript, this is something that's going to be easy for you to do, and something that works really well. And embed.js is incredible. It automatically recognizes the data type and loads it in. It's really efficient at data processing, and it's flexible with data storage, so you get to decide where you want to store the data and how you want to store the data. And speaking of that, I use LanceDB, but there are many other sort of open source or serverless databases you can use. So Ollama, like I said, you pick the one that works best for you. You pick a model that talks to you, and you pick a model to embed the data. We're not going to go into which ones you would pick, but you can do that sort of research. And sort of the retrieval model will handle the queries, get your documents, and generate your answers. The embedding one will take the information you give it and store it in the database. Like I said, embed.js. This is really easy to use. You set your models, as you can see. You set your database. You tell where it is. You do your query templates. So you're a human-like chatbot. Be very friendly, and then you set the temperature for how crazy you want the responses to be, and you build and run, and then you can build an interface. So for the vector databases, embed.js supports LanceDB, MongoDB, Astra, Pinecone, a whole bunch of other ones, and a whole bunch of different data formats. So you can use PDFs, CSV, JSON files, XML, plain text files, entire websites that'll watch YouTube videos for you, docx, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not that hard to load in. If you know some basic JavaScript, you can load those in. It'll process for you, and it loads in. So when you build your own your own interface, this is what it looks like. And basically, I'd ask it, what's going on with the Ontario Science Centre? And because it doesn't have any information in there, the LLM will respond, I'm not sure of any specific information, but what's currently happening. And that's exactly what you would want and expect if you've never trained it with that information. So it's not making things up, no hallucinations, and it tells you where you might be able to find information. What I ended up doing was taking 100 stories from the Ontario politics section of the Toronto Star that we ran over the summer, and I loaded them in. And when I asked the question again, it gives a very detailed, very nice summary of what exactly is happening with the Ontario Science Centre and the controversy that's surrounding it. And this pieces together, I think, 7 different stories that had information about what happened with the building, why it's controversial, how it got shut down, what the political fallout is, what the local fallout is, and what's going on. And this is wonderful. We've gone through and we've really sort of tested it to make sure that we're not getting any hallucinations, and it's giving true information. And this was just from 100 stories, and only 7 of them actually mentioned the Ontario Science Centre. So like I said before, you can tell it exactly what type of bot you want it to be, how you want the responses to come. So you can also ask it, you're going to change the query template and say, hey, I want you to give me bullet points instead of this. So summarize what's going on with this event, summarize what you know about this, and that sort of thing. And you can do that with as many options as you want. You can build it any way you want. And the best part again is that it's totally free and you can run it right on your own computer. You can run it on a local server. You could run it on AWS if you really wanted to. And it's not really that hard to get up and get going. So if you want to know more, reach out. We can talk about AI, we talk about journalism, we can talk about, soccer, football. I'm at lucastimmons.com on Blue Sky or lucastimmons.com, and I'd love to hear from you if you're interested. Thank you.